All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division, where it appears that Devin Haney has turned down the Gervonta Davis fight, at least in the way that it is being discussed. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back. Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney is the topic of this video. Devin Haney responds to information from Gervonta Davis's camp about what he needs to do to take the fight. And he responds with KISS, or kiss my ASS. So the drama continues again, but before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter, thank you guys so much for being supporters. All right, so this is going to be a funny conversation because, hey, man, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And people, I do believe, are running around with a lot of really drawing big conclusions off of tweets and all of that. But you can't stop people from doing it. So let's point out the tweets. Today, there was a tweet that came out from, there's a tweet that came out from the Rise podcast, or somebody had taken something off of the Rise podcast and shared a discussion that took place between Gervonta Davis's trainers, Calvin Ford, Kenny Ellis, and also Just Do Boxing. Shout out to Just Do Boxing. And my guy, Senior, from the Rise podcast. So pretty much guys that are all on Gervonta Davis's team, with the exception of Just Do Boxing, who's a very good YouTube channel. Shout out to Just Do Boxing. And they were asked, somebody put in a super chat to the Rise podcast about why the fight with Devin Haney's not getting made. Coach Kenny answers the question, and they basically say, because Devin Haney, because of the numbers and what Devin Haney wants for the fight, and that Devin Haney ain't tricking anybody. He's not a really big star. So he's going to wind up having to take what Gervonta Davis asks, what Gervonta Davis offers him. Specifically, they talk about this ticket sales for the event, for the fight with Regis Prograis, and says, look, man, we're not going to fall for this. What's the number of tickets that you sold for that event when you wind up cutting the price down? The closer you get to the fight, the lower the ticket price gets. So they weren't buying that. And they also, according to Coach Kenny Ellis, believe he did 40,000 pay-per-view buys against Regis Prograis. So the man is going to have to take what the man is going to have to take what he's offered. Is pretty much what they said. So then you have Devin Haney responded that he said he would take whatever it was that they offered Ryan Garcia. Now, I don't know what was offered to Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia wound up making a lot of money in that fight. However, what was offered to Ryan Garcia for that fight was not just the money that he got. It was also the fact that he was going to have to fight at 135. And if he didn't fight at 135, they were going to have, Gervonta is going to give him 1 pound, and they were going to put in a rehydration clause in the contract. And that is what Ryan Garcia had to do in order to get the fight. When somebody pointed out to Devin Haney responded with KISS, kiss my ASS, which means no, he's not willing to do it. So on one hand, he said he's going to fight for what Ryan Garcia took, but then he's not willing to fight the way that he's not willing to take what Ryan Garcia took. Right? He wants to take the money that Ryan Garcia had, but he's not willing to live by the same terms that Ryan Garcia lived by. Now, what's the difference? Because Ryan Garcia is every bit as big a draw as Devin Haney. Every bit as big a draw as Devin Haney. Somebody's going to say, okay, well, no, what other pay-per-views has he been on? Well, I don't know if he's ever been on a 40,000 pay-per-view ticket or sale, deal or not, but I know he's been on a 1.3 million one. Also, what was his gate? I do believe his last gate was $1 million. I think Devin Haney's was 1.7. Devin Haney was fighting on a championship fight in his own town. Ryan Garcia bust $1 million fighting not in his hometown and in a comeback fight against a loss. So how do you weigh those two things against each other? Quite honestly, that's what and what. If Devin had lost to Lomachenko and went and fought in Houston, would he have gotten $1 million? Don't know. So what's the fanfare? Honestly, to me, neither one of them are anywhere near Gervonta Davis is. So for the purposes of Gervonta Davis, what's the difference between the two of them? Well, I'll tell you the difference. Ryan Garcia is Mexican. So whatever that $1 million worth of people were buying that were Mexican. So they very well may be willing, and more of them may be willing to pay for a Gervonta Davis fight where they may not have fought Gervonta Davis before, bought a Gervonta Davis fight before, because you're bringing in two different demographics. But at the end of the day, Devin is saying, kiss my behind. He's not trying to do that. Well, if he's not trying to do it, then you're not trying to do it. And then what they're saying is that the fight is not really going to pop off, because people keep saying, and the answer to the particular question in the super chat was that this was the biggest fight in boxing. It's no bigger fight in boxing than this one. And what the Rise podcast is saying is that's not true. Why would you think that? There's nothing there to believe other than the people who are Devin Haney fans saying that that's the case. There's no real reason to believe that that's the case. There's no real reason to say that a fight with Devin Haney is going to be bigger than a fight with Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, Gervonta Davis and Teofimo Lopez, or Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson, really. Just because neither one of them have sold 40,000 pay-per-views. Is that like a really, really big number or something? Or are you just crediting it because he just happened to have been on pay-per-views before? And if you look at it, you can say, well, all right, well, he did 40 this time. He did 100 something the time before that. The next fight that he's on, is that even going to be on pay-per-view without Ryan Garcia? Now, what will be interesting is that if Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney are to fight, which, I'm not going to hold my breath on that. It may happen, but I'm not going to hold my breath on it. What's that going to do? If that winds up doing 60,000 pay-per-views, then they both looking bad. And Gervonta is looking like the king of the world, like he pretty much already is. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Look, man, if Devin Haney's going to get that fight, Devin Haney's going to have to do what Gervonta Davis asked him to do. I know that may rub his pride the wrong way. It may rub the pride of his boxing of Devin Haney's fans the wrong way. But it is what it is, man. There ain't that big a difference between Devin Haney and the rest of those guys as it comes to that moolah. All right. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.